Live from Palmasola Park, it's round 2 of the Florida Gulf Coast League playoffs. The DeSoto Queens, the 12 seed, who moved on from the first round after a thrilling win over the 13 seed Skeeters 10-9 this morning. They face the 5 seed Sarasota Circus. Hello everybody, I'm Lance Williams on the call. DeSoto, team that went 5-10 in the regular season, now 6-10 after the win today, facing the Circus, who are 8-8. In the circle for Sarasota, it is Presley Downing, the all-star, facing off against the Queens batting order, leading things off Lauren Fox at short, batting second Rayleigh McKinney in right, hitting third the left fielder Gwen Hall, batting cleanup Keegan Mayhew at first. In the 5 spot, Hope Jordan the catcher, batting 6th Ashlyn Van Meter in center, hitting 7th Jamie Sepsic at third, batting 8th Sophia Spengler, the Queens starting pitcher, hitting 9th Cassidy Secura at second. In the flex spot, the DP Bel Rosales, who is expected to pitch later. But Downing, her regular season numbers: 6 games played, 25 innings, a 3-2 record, 2.24 ERA, allowed just 8 earned runs off 26 hits, walked 7, and struck out 29. Winner of this game will play tomorrow morning, 9:30, Field 1 against the 4-seeded Squeeze. First pitch is a strike, coming in at 2:48. Games today have been very exciting. Had a no-hitter into the 6th inning as this ball is bunted down the third base line, dribbles to Prim, who slings it over, not in time to get Fox out. She's on with a bunt single. And then the Queens walked off the Skeeters today, albeit via an error. Not the prettiest way, but they got it done. The Impact also had a walk-off today. They beat the Sea Cows. As Rayleigh McKinney looks at strike 1. McKinney out of Southeastern, where she was an NAIA first-team All-American for the national runners-up at the NAIA World Series. She bats this on the ground to the shortstop, Smith. They get the out at second, turn for 2. 6-4-3 twin killing erases the leadoff runner. Let's set the defense for the Sarasota Circus. The outfield left to right: Kinsley Peak, Sienna Smith, Mia Richards. Playing third base, Madison Prim, shortstop Brooke Smith, second base Avery Noel, first base is Ella Carter, catching is Gabby Castillo, with the pitcher Presley Downing getting a first pitch liner in and out of the glove. They get it back to first. She's out. What very easily could have been an error and allowing a base runner on turns into a 3-4 out. That's a 1-2-3 inning for the Circus starter. A leadoff bunt single, double play, then whatever that last play was. We go to the bottom of the first. Sophia Spengler, the starting pitcher for DeSoto, facing off against the Sarasota batting order, leading things off Gabby Castillo, the catcher, hitting second, Madison Prim at third, batting third, Avery Noel at second. In the cleanup spot, Mia Richards in right, hitting fifth, the starting pitcher, Presley Downing. Ella Carter plays first base and hits sixth. In the 7-hole, Brooke Smith, the shortstop, hitting eighth, Sienna Smith in center. And rounding out the order for the Circus, it is Kinsley Peak, the left fielder. Queens got a runner on in the first, leadoff bunt single, but a double play and then a 3-4 out. Equated for a 1-2-3 inning for Presley Downing. Spengler out of Pasco Hernando State College. where she was a sophomore last season. Getting the starting nod in DeSoto's second playoff game. Castillo, one of the 5 All-Stars for the Circus. First 4 batters in the lineup, rather 5 batters, I should say, are there All-Stars. So Claire Ginder, the head coach, trying to get her best bats to the plate as many times as possible. Castillo lays down a bunt, but it has some backspin, turns foul. Spengler, her regular season stats: 12 games played, 26 and 2/3 innings pitched, a 2-2 record, 3.67 ERA, has allowed 14 earned runs off 3 walks, 9 strikeouts. So pumps them into the zone. A lot of balls put in play, but it's been effective. Avery Dockery was the starting pitcher in the previous game for the Queens today. Castillo bats a ball foul. She wanted that one. The head coach for the Queens, Ashley Treeweiler, was saying she used her whole pitching staff in that win. They combined to give up 7 home runs, so she was saying, yeah, I mean, truthfully, no one blew her mind today in the circle, but they did just enough, and the offense did just enough to eke out a win. That ball is to center, and Van Meter makes the catch. And that is the postseason. Doesn't matter how, but goal is just to win. Madison Prim, third baseman committed to Coastal Carolina, takes outside ball 1. Spangler, her 1-0. That's a strike on the outer part. But so, not sure how far Spengler will go after pitching this morning. But Claire Ginder, on the other end, she told me that the goal is to get Presley Downing through as much of this game as possible. She has been, without a doubt, the best arm for the Circus this summer. As Prim drives this high to center in front of the wall, Van Meter makes the catch. Let's set the defense for the Queens. Outfield left to right, Gwen Hall, Ashlyn Van Meter, and Rayleigh McKinney. Playing third base, Jamie Sepsic. Shortstop, Lauren Fox. Second base, Cassidy Secura. And first base, Keegan Mayhew. As Noel lines this straight to the shortstop. Quick reaction by Lauren Fox. It's a 1-2-3 inning. The catcher, by the way, didn't mention her. It's Hope Jordan. But it's a 1-2-3, bottom of the first for Sophia Spengler. And we're scoreless as we go to the second. Presley Downing, the North Texas commit, in the circle, facing 4-5-6 in the top of the second. Keegan Mayhew, a .320 hitter in the regular season. She is up. Which is a strike on the outside part. Mayhew, .336 this spring with Creighton. 11 doubles, 12 home runs. Conference Freshman of the Year. Two one. This ball cracked into foul territory, into the parking lot. Downing pitched 35 2/3 innings this past season with Oklahoma State. As this ball hit off the bat to center, it is another leadoff hit for the Queens. Downing had a 5.10 ERA with Oklahoma State, but entered the transfer portal. It's going off to North Texas. This here's Hope Jordan. Pitches outside to her. Now, her catcher, Gabby Castillo, part of the same recruiting class at Oklahoma State. Castillo is still staying with the Cowgirls as this ball lifted to shallow left on the outfield grass. The shortstop Smith makes the catch. Gotta imagine that connection is still strong between the battery mates, and despite them parting ways in the college ranks, they're doing a lot of good this summer for the Circus, hoping to extend that today with a potential playoff win. It's first pitch strike to Ashlyn Van Meter, the center fielder. Of course, the Queens don't want to see their summer end. They want to keep going, build upon the momentum from the playoff victory against the Skeeters. Circus wanted to strike there. Van Meter, .306 hitter this summer for the Queens. Ball's backwards, foul. Ball two. Van Meter most recently with Arkansas Rich Mountain. Former Buck swings and fouls one back. Van Meter lifts it down the left field line, and that will be caught in foul territory. Kinsley Peak makes the catch as she runs into the fence. And there are two outs in the top of the second. Here's Jamie Sepsic, third baseman from the State College of Florida at Manatee, Sarasota, right here in Manatee County. First pitch is high to her. So a player for Brett Sauerwein, the head coach of the Manatee Sea Cows, whose season came to an end this morning against the Impact. What a game that was. It was 1-0 Impact. And in the top of the sixth with 2 outs, Sea Cows tied it. Eventually took a 4-1 lead, but 4 spot in the bottom of the sixth gave the Impact a 5-4 lead. As there's a swing and a miss, strike 2. In the top of the seventh, the Sea Cows did enough to score a run on a bloop double with 2 outs. Should have been caught, really. So it was tied at 5. Then in the bottom of the seventh, the Impact walked it off, thanks to Cameron Nolte. The 2-2 pitch. It's high ball 3. That is just one of the many chaotic games that have unfolded today on the fields here at Palmasola Park. I mean, the Queens game was just absurd. 3-2. Sepsic fights the pitch back, and in that game, in the top of the seventh, Skeeters hit back-to-back home runs to produce a 9-6 lead entering the bottom of the seventh. Things are looking bleak at that point for DeSoto, but they managed to pull out the win, ending in a walk-off error. 3-2. That's called strike 3 on the outside part. For the second straight inning, the Queens have a leadoff hit. They leave her stranded after Presley Downing sits down the next 3 of the final by way of the K. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score between Queens and Circus. Bottom of the second. Circus back to the plate. The all-star Mia Richards, right fielder last year with Texas Tech. She crushes this on a line to left, and that is past the glove of the left fielder Hall. Richards stands up at second with a leadoff double. Gwen Hall, the left fielder, had a play at it, couldn't get the glove there. It is a double for Richards. Last year, a freshman, mentioned she was at Texas Tech. Did not play. Is now going to the University of Texas El Paso, so staying in the Lone Star State. as it is a strike to Presley Downing, the starting pitcher. All-Star is a pitcher for the Circus. Quite the good one. Not a huge sample size, but still a great hitter. 8 for 20 in the regular season, has hit 2 home runs. That's bottom 4 in the team in at-bats. Something you expect with pitchers. But when she was in the game, she was highly effective. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the two-way player. Downing pops it high down the left field line. Foul territory, it falls. No one got there. Another one of those difficult play, but potential missed opportunities for the Queens. As this one popped up to shallow second, so no missed opportunity. They get Downing that regardless with no trouble. That brings up Ella Carter, the first baseman. Carter is going to her 3rd school this fall. Native of New York City. Started with Indiana. Last season with Miami University in Ohio. And now she's going to UNLV. Two strikes to the 6-foot-tall Carter. She hammers that down the third base line, foul. The 1-2 on its way. Sophia Spengler. Her pitch is fouled off. Carter, this season at the plate, 12 for 30. That's 400. A home run, 4 RBIs, a double. And she is spoiling pitches. The 1-2. Carter pokes it up the middle, base hit. Richards racing around to score. The throw is off the mark. Carter now takes second. 1-0 Circus. An RBI hit off the bat of Ella Carter. She advances on the throw. Circus strike first in this one. First pitch is outside, ball 1 to Brooks Smith. Brooks Smith launches that one over the left field wall. That ball was crushed 3-0 Circus. A huge swing by Brooke Smith. After Ella Carter got it started, she's brought in, and Ashley Treeweiler might be making a pitching change here. They have a different catcher out. No, new pitcher rather. So a pitching change for the Queens. We'll step aside for it. It's 3-0 Circus in the bottom of the second. An out in the bottom of the second with the new pitcher, Belle Rosales. Her first pitch is low. So she started the game in the flex position, so Spengler will remain in the game to hit in the 8-hole. But rather pitching-wise, she's done unless we see her later. But her outing, 1 in the 3rd innings with 3 hits, 3 runs, all earned, did not walk or strike out a batter. As there's a swing and a miss, strike 1 for Smith, who's at the plate. Belle Rosales out of Eastern Florida State College in Melbourne, Florida. Here's a strike. Pitch is low, ball 4. Belle Rosales walks the first batter she faces. Here's Kinsley Peak, the left fielder. That pitch is low, runner takes off, and Hope Jordan won't try a throw. 3 balls, no strikes to Kinsley Peak in the 9-hole. And Peak wasn't swinging after that one. Kinsley Peak, an outfielder from Towson University in the Coastal Athletic Association. She swings, flies it high down the left field line, and that turns foul just before the foul pole. So it's now a full count to Peak. Trying to bring in Smith, trying to keep this inning going for the Circus. They've already scored 3. And Peak admires a 3rd strike. 2 outs. Gabby Castillo up for the 2nd time. She flew out to center in the bottom of the 1st. Here comes the 0-1. Good eye from Gabby Castillo from Richmond, Texas. Castillo bounces that past the shortstop. This will score a run. Castillo thought about 2. Wisely turns back. That's an RBI single. Makes it 4-0 Circus. Well-timed hit for Castillo. And that's stolen base for Cena Smith. A wise decision. Got her over in scoring position and brought her in. First pitch is a ball to Madison Prim, the 3rd baseman. Last 3 years at Lenore Ryan at the D2 level. Which is a strike. Castillo slides in. Didn't have the greatest jump, but tag wasn't there. So they run on the catcher Jordan again. 1-1 to Prim. She taps that foul. Prim hit .365 over 3 years with 45 home runs for the Lenore Ryan Bears. 1-2. Prim looks at ball 2. Prim fouls a pitch off the roof of her own dugout. Prim Hard hit ground ball to the shortstop. Fox eats it up, gets it over in time. 6-3 ends the inning. Circus, however, score 4 in the second. Thanks to 4 hits, no errors, they leave one on. 4-0 Sarasota through 2. Top of the third between the Queens and the Circus, 4-0 Sarasota. 8-9-1 due up for DeSoto, starting with their starting pitcher, Sophia Spengler, who has since been pulled from the circle after going an inning and a third with 3 hits, 3 earned runs. Walked none, struck out none. Presley Downing in the circle. She's been sharp so far. This is outside, ball 3. Spengler 5 for 23 in the regular season at the plate. About 215. Spengler pokes it on the ground to the shortstop. Smith to Carter, 6-3. That brings up Cassidy Securo, the second baseman. This ball rolled over to the shortstop. Harder play for the shortstop to make, but she gets it done. Brooks Smith, excellent. And there are 2 outs. Here's Lauren Fox, the opposing shortstop. Fox had the bunt single in the first inning. It's 95 degrees in Bradenton. Very humid. Definitely hard playing conditions. Also got to consider the Queens. It's their second game today. It's not easy to play 1 game in this weather, let alone 2. You had a couple hours in between to rest, recharge, probably most importantly, rehydrate. Opposed to a Circus team that is fresh. Fox out of Syracuse University. And it's ball 4. Looked it up, even in upstate New York, in Syracuse, a place that's a frozen tundra months on end. 88 degrees there. Just a hot July. Here's Rayleigh McKinney. From the Southeastern Fire. There's a strike. McKinney takes a huge swing. McKinney looks at strike 3. That ends the inning. A 2-out walk. She's left on. We're through 2.5. 4-0 Circus. Emery Ream pitches in the bottom of the third for the Queens. Bel Rosales doesn't go a full inning even, as the first pitch is high to Avery Noel. Teammates say, why don't you swing at that? It's a little high. Next pitch from Ream. That one's outside, closer to the zone at least. Ream, a Walter State Community College commit by way of Midlands High School in Texas. Noel hits that hard foul. Final line for Rosales, 2/3 of an inning, 1 hit, 1 run, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. A bit of everything after she relieved Sophia Spengler, the starter, midway through the second. Ream, an 0-1 record, 8.13 ERA throughout the regular season. Noel, hard hit ground ball, gets past the shortstop. She's on safely. It's an error that gets Noel on base to start the inning. And here's Mia Richards, the right fielder, had the leadoff double in the second. And for DeSoto, just trying to figure out ways to get outs here, as Richards kills this ball to center. No doubt about it. 2-run blast, her second extra base hit of the day. It is 6-0 Clowns. She knew that off the bat. Quality pimp job. And the Circus are rolling. Man, did she pump that out of here. And Ashley Treeweiler is out to speak with her battery. And they'll bring in a new pitcher. We'll step aside for the pitching change. 6-0 Circus. Interesting choice here. Gwen Hall pitching for DeSoto. Player who only pitched twice in the regular season. She faces Presley Downing, the starting pitcher for the Circus, who has got nothing but run support in this. New pitcher is Gwyn Hall. She has a 2-1 count to Presley Downing. Downing lifts this one above second, and the second baseman, Sakuro, makes the catch. Yeah, just tough for DeSoto. Play a game this morning in the heat, use all your arms to get through the opening round, and then have to play less than 3 hours later. When it's 95 degrees plus the humidity of the Sunshine State. It's Ella Carter. And on the other end, it's this Circus team that is really playing just good softball lately, a team that has rounded into form and just gotten better as the summer has progressed. A team that started 0-6. Started 0-6. Claire Ginder was like, what is going on? I think this team is better than this. And just kept stacking up wins. Won their last 3. They're 8-8. Got a single bye. And they're trying to keep that momentum going through this one. And then into tomorrow's game against the Squeeze. That should be an exciting one as this one gets underneath the pitcher's glove and past the shortstop. Carter's on base. Of course, this game is not over. DeSoto there's plenty of time, but have to be careful with the line. Any additional runs, the run rule being 8 after 5. Here's Brooke Smith, who hit the home run over the left field wall to score herself and one other in the second. First pitch is a strike to her. This is a Circus team that is just littered with power up and down the order. And for Brooke Smith, the Georgia Bulldog, they're playing the Pat McAfee College Game Day chant in Athens. Got some barking in there as well. Smith was a freshman last season with UGA. Their coach Tony Baldwin. A lot of Georgia Bulldogs in the FGCL. Along with Smith, you have Emma Castori, Molly Mitchell, just to name a few. Todd Charlton started the summer as a Bulldog, has since transferred in conference to Missouri. As Smith grounds this to the second baseman, they go for the force at second. That's all they'll get. Fielder's choice, but second out in the bottom of the third. Carter out 4-6 at second. Here is Cena Smith. Walked, stole a base, and scored in the second. Runner takes off, and Smith has herself a stolen base. Pitch was a ball to Cena Smith. Circus are really testing this battery and the Queens defense overall. Third stolen base. As Brooke Smith out to right center, base hit. The other Smith is trying to score and she'll succeed. 7-0 Circus after the RBI hit by Cena Smith. 7th hit of the game for the Circus. Brings up Kinsley Peak. Struck out looking, her only time up. There's a strike. This ball tapped right to the third baseman. Sepsic makes an easy catch. And the inning is over, but Circus tack on 3 runs thanks to 3 hits, 1 error. They leave another on. We're through 3, 7-0 Sarasota. Top of the 4th in a 7-0 ball game. 3-4-5 up for the Queens. Gwen Hall. She's the leadoff batter. And she looks at strike 1. Hall catapults it to left center, and it's a home run. Has the Queens on board. They're not done yet. Solo shot to left field by Gwen Hall. Leadoff bomb makes it 7-1. First pitch is high to Keegan Mayhew, the first baseman. This ball out to right center, and that ball hops in front of the wall. Won't be enough for extra bases for Mayhew, but she's now 2 for 2. And Hope Jordan, Ava Metz, who came in for Hope Jordan in the previous inning as a defensive sub, she is now at the plate for her first at-bat. Jordan was 0 for 1 at the dish. That's a Walters State Community College commit. Strike 2. Shaves the inner part. Gabby Castillo just launched the ball. Circus trying to ignite some offense here. We saw the leadoff home run by Gwen Hall, base hit by Keegan Mayhew, trying to get the first 3 on. A 7-run deficit's not good to look at, but first 3 reaching, that helps. Hit by pitch. And Claire Ginder, the head coach for the Circus, will come out, try to see what's going on with her starting pitcher. Presley Downing has been the ace this season and had been very sharp through the first 3 innings. Once again, Claire told me that the goal is to lean on Downing as much as possible today. Presley Downing will remain in the game, but there is a courtesy runner for the catcher at first who got hit. Jordan Marola is the runner. It's first and second for the Queens. Nobody out in the top of the 4th. At the plate is Ashley Van Meter. She shows bunt. The pitch is outside, and Presley Downing still trying to recalibrate here in the 4th. This ball down the left field line, but curls foul. Downing has been the best pitcher for the Circus. KK Baez has also been good with a 3.05 ERA. Downing has been the most consistent, most reliable. Such a difficult balancing game with quick turnaround tomorrow as well. 2-1. Did she go around? She did, says the bases umpire. Two. Towering shot to left. Hall. Rather, that's Peak underneath. She makes the catch, and that is the first out of the inning. An elusive one. Brings up Jamie Sepsic, the third baseman for DeSoto. Van Meter, 2 flyouts to left field today. Jamie, she struck out looking in the second. Sepsic cranks one to center. The bases are juiced with 1 out. Mayhew at third, Marola at second, and Sepsic at first, with just an out in the fourth. Avery Dockery out of Florida State. She is batting out of the 8-hole instead of Sophia Spengler. First pitch is a ball to the 6'2" Florida State pitcher. Rather, strike. Stopped by Castillo. Dockery looks at ball 2. Nowhere to put the Florida State rookie out of Hilltown, Pennsylvania. Not too far from Philadelphia. Downing, her 2-1. Good pitch. Strike on the inside corner. Fouled back into the catcher. Castillo is down after that one. Looks like Gabby Castillo is going to hang in there for the Circus after a pitch was fouled off her lower body. She was kind of grabbing at her right leg. It's hard to tell even after looking at a replay. She's still kind of readjusting it, but she's going to stay in there in this playoff game. It's a high leverage situation here with the Queens, who have the bases loaded in the top of the fourth inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Dockery. She fouls a pitch. Dockery strikes out, downing a huge K. Cassidy Securo, the second baseman, she's up with the bases juiced and 2 outs in the top of the fourth. It looks like Downing has gotten some of her juice back. Looks comfortable now. The 0-1. This one poked through the 5-6 hole. That will score runs. Mayhew scores. Coming in, sliding in is Marola. 2 RBI hit from Cassidy Securo. Down to a 4-run game. Lauren Fox, the shortstop from Syracuse, showing bunt. She chases. Strike 3 called on the outside part. Inning over, but a good inning for the Queens. A leadoff home run by Gwen Hall. They then load the bases, and 2 runs come in on a Cassidy Securo hit. 7-3 our score through 3.5. Gabby Castillo leads it off in the bottom of the fourth in a 4-run ball game. Third time up for Castillo. The fly out to center in the first, single that scored a run and stole a base in the second. Still Gwen Hall in the circle. Castillo puts charge into this one, hits it, but it's caught in center by Ashlyn Van Meter. Great track down by the center fielder to rob a hit. That could have perhaps been extras. For the Queens to get back into this one, they'll need help of plays like that and offense like the one that they had in the top half of this inning where they scored 3 runs. Two balls, no strikes to Madison Prim. Ground ball past the shortstop, base hit. Prim now 1 for 3. And now another pitching change. Ashley Treeweiler trying everything today, bringing in Avery Dockery to the circle. So the new pitcher is Avery Dockery, who came in the top half to pitch. To pinch hit. But now she's pitching. And her first pitch is a ball outside to Avery Noel, who is 0 for 2. Reached on an error and scored in the third. It's ball 4 to Noel. Mia Richards, who has been awesome at the plate. Doubled and scored in the second. Hit a 2-run home run in the third. Ground ball, it's foul. This one out to center. That dies. Base hit. Runners caught off the bases, and they get the force at third. So the second out, but Mia Richards now a triple away from the cycle. Of course, the hardest part. She's 3 for 3. And Prim is out at third, 8-5. As that pitch is a strike. As Presley Downing has popped up twice to the second baseman. This one out to left center. It dies for a base hit. Noelle, she scores. And now going over to second base is Richards on the RBI hit. Rather Downing to second, Richards to third. It's 8-3. Ella Carter is 2 for 2. Swings and fouls a pitch. Carter crushes this on the line to right center. Catch made by Ashlyn Van Meter. 2 spectacular grabs in center by Van Meter in the 4th inning. But still, Sarasota scores a run thanks to 3 hits, no errors. They leave 2 on. We're through 4, 8-3. Circus. New pitcher is Emmy Cardenas for the Circus. She relieves Presley Downing, who went 4 innings with 6 hits, 3 runs, all earned. Walked 1, struck out 4. Rayleigh McKinney leads it off for the Queens. She's 0 for 2. Cardenas out of Winthrop University in in the Big South Conference in Rock Hill, South Carolina. McKinney, a hard hit ground ball to the second baseman. Noel, sidearm throw to Carter. She's out. Here's Gwen Hall, led off the 4th inning with a home run to left. This ball launched to center. She's done it again. Gwen Hall, her 2nd home run. It's back to a 4-run game. 8-4, our score. A multi-home run game for the Queens left fielder. That brings up Keegan Mayhew, the first baseman, is 2 for 2 with a run. That pitch is a strike. Mayhew, the only All-Star for the Queens. Trying to help DeSoto get back into this one. Their offense has come to life in these last 2 innings. They trailed by They trailed 7-0, so they have more room to make up. A 2-2 pitch is hammered down the left field line. It's foul. Mayhew spoils another pitch. Mayhew singled in the second, singled and scored in the fourth. Trying to get on base again. She crushes this one high to right center, and it's another home run. Queens go back to back, and it is a 3-run game. Mayhew, the all-star. The big swing for the Queens in the Circus, who had all the momentum in this one. They were getting rowdy when they had that 7-run lead at the bottom of the third. Substitution, Taylor Davison is in for Ava Metz. They had all that momentum riding that high, but things have cooled down and their lead continues to dwindle. Taylor Davison, catcher from Syracuse, now going to Oregon State in the reconstructed Pac-12 conference. Really good defensive catcher. And for quite the large body of work to produce at Syracuse offensively. They'd love for her to come through here, the Queens, that is. It's ball 3 to Taylor Davison. From Spring Grove, Illinois. Ball 4. The offense keeps turning for the Circus here in the 5th. Ashlyn Van Meter, who made 2 brilliant catches in the top half of this inning. She is up. She's 0 for 2 offensively, 2 flyouts to left field. Three nothing the Cat to the 6-hole hitter. It's a strike on the outer part. Van Meter, the Arkansas Rich Mountain Buck, by way of Brock, Texas. The tying run is on deck for the Queens if she can get on. And that she does. Back-to-back walks given at by Emmy Cardenas. And Claire Ginder will walk out of the circle, and looks like Presley Downing is coming back in. Pitching change. We'll step aside. New pitcher. Well, old pitcher. Presley Downing is back in the circle after starting the game for the Circus. Went 4 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. Emmy Cardenas relieved her to start this inning, but she only got 1 out. And Cardenas so far gave up a 4-3 ground out, so things started good, but then back-to-back home runs. Gwyn Hall, Keegan Mayhew, then walked Taylor Davison and Ashlyn Van Meter. At the plate now is Jamie Sepsic, who swings and pops one above the second baseman Avery Noel. She makes a one-hand catch. Sepsic is now 1 for 3. And it is Emery Ream, who is coming out of the flex to hit. She gets 1 at bat. You can move her in for the DP. And really didn't get that much offensive use this summer for the Queens, mostly as a pitcher, but Queens have really started to experiment in this one. Pitches a ball. Swing and a miss, strike three. Ream out by way of the K. And Downing comes in, settles things down, ends the inning. But the Queens scored 2 runs off of back-to-back solo shots by Gwynn Hall and Keegan Mayhew. Got 2 more on off walks, but they were left stranded. We're through 4.5, 8-5. Bottom of the 5th, 7-8-9. They're up facing Avery Dockery. Ground ball is fair, and she's out. The plate is Sienna Smith walked, scored, stole a base, brought in a runner. Smith takes a strike. That's ball 4. Sienna Smith walks for the second time. That ball is foul. It's Kinsley Peakup. She is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a line out. That ball is foul. Dockery, her next pitch is outside. Final line for Gwyn Hall, by the way, an inning and a third with 3 hits, 1 run that was unearned, walked none, did not strike a batter either. Peak pokes it on the ground. Pete and Sepsic eats it up, gets it to first base to retire the batter. 2 outs. Brings up Gabby Castillo. Winner of this game will play the Squeeze tomorrow morning at 9:30 on Field 1. Castillo shows some strength, fouls it hard down the third base line. Runner takes off. High throw by Davison. No play for Sepsic. It's a runner in at third base now. Sheena Smith takes third. There's a strike. Castillo, soft take ground ball, rolls to the second baseman. They throw to first. She's safe, so that run scores. 9-5. Infield hit. RBI infield single for Gabby Castillo makes it 9-5. Pitches high and away to Madison Prim, who's 1 for 3. That one's low. Castillo takes off. It takes some bounces into the outfield grass. Castillo. Catcher by trade. She can steal bases too. That's her second swipe today. Two nothing the count to Prim, the third baseman for the Circus. Full hitters count for the Coastal Carolina Chanticleer. And she takes a strike. Prim transferring over from Lenore Rhine, where she was heavily involved with sports media work. She swings and misses strike 2. Has her own media Instagram account. MaddiePrim.media does photography, videography. Pretty high quality stuff. As that one is ball 4, and it allows Castillo to reach third base on the bounce as well. Yeah, Prim, she shoot a lot of overtime elite basketball, which is elite basketball program for high school recruits. They've sent a lot of guys to the NBA and Power 4 colleges, and based out of Atlanta, but OTE also has games that are played at Lenoir-Rhyne, and so with her transfer to Coastal, won't be shooting OTE, at least not with close proximity, if that's something she can still pursue. But a lot of good sports at Coastal Carolina as well. Baseball, 2 years removed from a College World Series National Championship Series berth. Lost to LSU in 2025. Lost their head coach this year, and got a new football coach coming in. So a lot of changes in Conway, but good sports regardless. Here's Avery Noel with runners on the corners in a 4-run ball game in the bottom of the 5th inning. She takes ball 1 out of the arm of Avery Dockery. Noel today, line out to short in the 1st, reached on an error by the shortstop and scored in the 3rd, walked and scored in the 4th. And she looks at strike 1. Noel gets underneath this one, lifts it to left center, and the left fielder, Ream, makes the catch. Circus score 1 run in the 5th off of 1 hit, 2 walks, and a couple stolen bases. 2 are left on as we go to the 6th, 9-5.
All of a sudden, one of them people go right in auto parts commercial. I was trying not to laugh behind the thing. Right. Out of nowhere, I thought, and they went right into my face. Oh, yeah, my mask on. I'm laughing.
Said there's like 8 errors. There's like 8 errors in there.
Nice.
There are scores are the same. He said hands down one of the worst games he's ever seen.
Who's that over there? Impact 2?
Off the nets.
That's...
Top of the 6th, 9-5 our score between the Circus and the Queens. Cassidy Sakura leads things off. Presley Downing went through the first 4 innings. Emmy Cardenas came in to start the 5th, couldn't finish it. Downing entered back into the game, so final line for Cardenas, just 1 out recorded, 2 hits, both solo home runs, 2 walks, no strikes, so 2 earned runs allowed. Wasn't pretty, but could have been worse. The Circus quickly extinguished that rally. That ball is foul. Sakura grounded out to short. It was a great play by Noel in the 3rd. In the 4th, she had a 2-run single. This time, It's a fly out to center. Ball 4. Fox is walked. Here's Rayleigh McKinney. She's 0 for 3. This ball mashed high to right center. 2-run blast for Rayleigh McKinney. It's down to a 2-run lead. 4 home runs today for the Queens. First that is not a solo shot. And here's Gwen Hall, who has 2 of them. Homered her last 2 times up. She's 2 for 3 with a out in the first, 3-4. Presley Downing, her 3-1 pitch. Hall gets underneath this one, flies it above first base, and Carter makes the catch. Second out in the top of the 6th. This ball flied above the shortstop. Smith is there. Inning over. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Bottom of the 6th. Mia Richards leads things off. Triple A from the cycle today. She bounces that into the pitcher's glove, and Dockery turns it over to first. Here's Presley Downing. 2 pop outs to second in the 2nd and the 3rd. Hit an RBI single in the 4th. That pitch is a strike. Downing, the North Texas commit. That is strike 2. This one bounces to the shortstop. Fox throws it errantly to first. E6 has Downing on. Second error committed today, second by the shortstop. That brings up Ella Carter, the first baseman, who is 2 for 3 with an RBI and a run. Carter grounds it to Sepsic, has to recover it, gets it over to first. 2 outs, but the runner is over at second base now. Here's Brooks Smith. There's a 2-run homer in the second. Since then, reached on a fielder's choice, stole a bag and scored in the third, grounded to third to lead off the fifth. And that is the end of the inning. Dockery strikes out Smith, and we go to the 7th. Queens will send 5-6-7. Davison, Van Meter, Sepsic up with the season on the line. Top of the 7th, Circus lead Queens 9-7. DeSoto with their season on the line, as it's Taylor Davison, Ashlyn Van Meter, and Jamie Sepsic up in the 7th inning. Winner plays tomorrow, 9:30 against the Squeeze on Field 1. The loser's season comes to an end. Davison pinch hit in the 5th. She walked then. Davison watches ball 3. Payoff pitch. Davison spoils one. If she can get on, the tying run will come up in the form of Ashlyn Van Meter. Payoff part 2. Davison fights for a walk. And the tying run is at the plate. Here is Ashlyn Van Meter. 2 flyouts to left and a walk. Downing her 1-0. Is rolled on the ground, foul. This ball crushed high to left. Peak holds on. Circus 2 outs away. Jamie Sepsic takes ball 1. Struck out looking in the 2nd, singled in the 4th, popped out in the 5th. Two-0 pitch. Sepsic fouls it off. Three and one. Sepsic flies one right field side. It's foul off the wall. Ball four, the tying run is on base for the Queens. Jordan Marola is pinch running for Sepsic at first. She will play third base for the remainder of this game if there is more than the top of the seventh. 9-7 our score with an out. Tying run is Marola. Avery Dockery at the plate from Florida State. Appeal to the first base or base umpire, says she went. Presley Downing has recorded all but one out so far after a brief stint by Emmy Cardenas. Trying to get through this one. It's been very hard fought. Queens, who trailed 7-0 at one point, have not backed down whatsoever. They still haven't. And a big swing by Dockery could give the Queens their first lead. 1-1. She swings, lines it to the third baseman. They throw to second. She is safe. The game continues. That could have been a double play. And it all comes down to Cassidy Sakuro. The Circus, an out away from advancement. And Downing finds a strike. Ball one. Sakuro, 1 for 3 with a 2 RBI hit in the fourth. Davison at second, Marola at first. The 1-1. That pitch is outside. The winner goes to the quarterfinals and faces the 4-seeded Squeeze tomorrow morning. 3-1 pitch. Sakuro down the third baseline, base hit. Davison wrapping around. She scores. And it is a 1-run game, still first and second. The Queens continue to cut away. Marola, she is at second, represents the tying run. The go-ahead run is at first and secure with Lauren Fox up. 2 outs. A game that was won 7-0. 1-0 pitch. Since then, the Circus have been outscored 8-2. They lead it by a run. Lauren Fox, who's 1 for 2 with 2 walks and a run scored. The 1-1 pitch. She fouls one off. A game that has gone on for about 2.5 hours. Queens down to their final strike. The 1-2 pitch. This one out to right over the head of the second baseman. Marola, she scores. We're tied. 9-9. Fox, a game-tying swing. Her second hit. Now Disraeli McKinney, who homered her last time up. She is 1 for 4. The 1-0. McKinney, partial swing. It's a foul ball. McKinney watches a pitch go high. McKinney chops it on the ground. Picked up by the third baseman, Prim, who gets it over to first. That ends the inning, but the Queens, who once trailed 7-0, scored 2 in the 7th off of 2 hits and 2 walks, and they have tied the game at 9. 9-9 our score in the bottom of the 7th. The Queens were walked off the Skeeters this morning. They are at risk of being walked off here. Cena Smith, Kinsley Peak, Gabby Castillo, they're up. First pitch, ball 1 to Smith, who walked twice, both times scored, also singled. There is a strike. Strike 2 to Smith. Avery Dockery. Misses low. Strikeout. Castillo fouls the pitch. Castillo watches ball 3. Ball 4. Castillo has walked and the winning run is in scoring position. Madison Prim, who's 1 for 3 today with a walk, she's up. And Ashley Treeweiler is out to talk with the infield. 1 out, 2 on. Bottom of the 7th in a tie ball game. A base hit will likely score, peak, and win the game for the Circus. Every Dockery will stay in. Florida State freshman. With the season on the line for the DeSoto Queens. Prim with an opportunity to play hero for the Circus. She swings, rolls this to Sepsic. They get the force at third. At first, she's safe. Still first and second, but there is an out. Or a second out. That brings up Avery Noel. Over 3 with a walk and 2 runs. First pitch is a strike to the Liberty Flame. And the Queens, a strike away from forcing extras. Oh, 2. It's outside and high. Two. Noel, a foul ball. Two again. Noel, a partial swing. Didn't go. Full count. The winning run at second. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Noelle on the ground is step 6. She steps on third, and we will play more than 7. We're tied at 9 as we go to the 8th. KK Baez takes over for the Circus in the 8th inning. This round 2 playoff matchup between the Circus and the Queens. 7 was not enough. KK Baez relieves Presley Downing, who pitched 6 2/3 of this game. Amy Cardenas got an out in between, but it's Baez, the Southeastern transfer. She is in the circle for Claire Ginder. Baez this season a 1-3 record and a 3.05 ERA, 20 1/3 innings pitched, 11 games played. She faces Gwen Hall, who's been dangerous. 2 home runs today. Rayleigh McKinney is at second, the extra runner. And the pitch is high, so the ghost runner with extra innings. McKinney starts in scoring position. Fast base runner. .56 steals in her career. And Castillo throws on a line, trying to get her slipping. But she slides back in. It's Gwen Hall, Keegan Mayhew, and Hope Jordan. The 2-0. Baez misses outside once more. For the Circus, they'll send Mia Richards, Presley Downing, Ella Carter up. Probably 3 of the bats they want up. Richards doubling a home run today. She'll lead it off as it's a strike on the outer part. That's strike 2. She thought it was ball 4. Payoff. Fouled back. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Baez strikes out the leadoff batter. brings up Keegan Mayhew, who's 3 for 4 with a home run and 2 runs scored. Circus led it 7-0 after 3. Things were looking dire as it's ball 1 to Mayhew. But 3 runs in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th. They've crawled from behind and tied it up with 2 outs and 2 strikes in the 7th. This ball is grounded, misplayed by the shortstop Smith, and there is not an out. It's now 1st and 2nd. E6. Here is Taylor Davison. Pinch hit in the 5th. She walked then. She walked and scored in the 7th, and she's up for the 3rd time. Three-two. Davison's bat touched it. And the bases are loaded with 1 out for the Queens. Three walks for Taylor Davison, so patient. Ashlyn Van Meter, who's 0 for 3, has flied out to left all 3 times. Baez, her pitch, is low for ball 1. This ball grounded. The second baseman throws home, and they get the out. No, they don't. It came out of her glove. Oh, man. The Queens with their first lead of the game. It's a fielder's choice without an out. Scores the extra runner. Here's Jamie Sepsic. He takes low. Ball 4 forces in another. And the Queens, who trailed 7-0, lead it 11-9. Third time Mayhew has scored. Here's Avery Dockery, who's 0 for 2 at the plate. Dockery fouls it backwards. This ball to the pitcher. They get the out at first. And so I guess only one of the runs. There was the out at home. So that is the second out. It is 10-9 as we go to the bottom of the 8th. So Gabby Castillo did not lose the ball. It was out at home for Rayleigh McKinney. So just the one run scored in the top of the 8th. But that is enough for the Queens to lead for the first time. 10-9, our score. There is an extra runner at second base for the Circus. It's Avery Noel, who has speed. Mia Richards. She's up for the 5th time. 3 for 5 with a home run, a double, 2 runs scored. Avery Dockery still in the circle. She misses low. Oh no. Richards grounds this one up the middle, base hit. Noel racing around to score. The tag, she's out! They got Noel out at home. And they're going to review. After review, the call stands. No obstruction. She is out. Noel's out 8-2 at the plate. Good throw by Van Meter, who's been just dominant in center, and a great tag by Davison. Not the worst outcome, however, for the Circus. They still have a runner at second. Richards, who singled, she advanced on the throw with her 4th hit. KK Baez is at the plate. First plate appearance for the pitcher. That one gets away, and Richards is at third. Tying run 60 feet away. It's KK Baez, who has just 4 at-bats this summer. She's 0 for 4. She really just isn't a hitter. She's a great pitcher, but she hasn't seen much time at the plate. Two balls, no strikes to Baez, formerly of Longwood. He's committed to Southeastern. Two 0. Baez takes a strike on the outer part. This game has officially surpassed the 3-hour mark. 2-1. It's low and inside. Three-one deal. Baez takes ball 4. The winning run is on for the Circus. Baez, a rare batter. And that brings up Ella Carter. With her dangerous bat, she is 2 for 4. One of the times retired, it was a great ball hit in the gap that was tracked down by Van Meter. Hit the ball well today and really this season. She takes it outside. Runners on the corners with 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. Dockery's pitch. It's low for ball 2. And Ashley Treeweiler will come out. There have been 4 pitching changes this game for the Queens. They've exhausted all options. They've used all 5 of their arms. Doesn't look like they're going to bring someone back. Just try to figure out a way to handle this tricky situation. Ella Carter, the Circus first baseman, trying to extend this game, or perhaps end it with a big swing. Instead, she won't swing and has a 3-0 count. Three-0. Ball four and the bases are loaded. The winning run in scoring position with the tying run at third. It's Brooke Smith, the shortstop. She's 1 for 4, hit a home run in the second. Dockery pumps in a strike. What a game this has been. Circus led 7-0 after 3 innings. Queens somehow did enough to force extras. Took the lead for the first time in the top half of this frame. The 1-1. This one bounced on the ground to Sepsic. She throws home, and they get the force out. Bases remain loaded in the bottom of the 8th. And the Circus down to their final out in the infield will meet Cena Smith. Good today. 2 walks, a hit, a strikeout, 2 runs as well. The umpire in the mound meeting as well. Queens trying to win their second playoff game today and move on to the quarterfinals and play the squeeze. Sienna Smith with the bases loaded, 2 outs, the tying run at third, the winning run at second. She swings, lines it foul. That one could have been trouble. Baez at third, Carter at second, Smith at first, as the pitch is low and inside. Sienna Smith out of the 8-hole with the Circus season in the balance. 1-1. Smith chases. What a comeback this would be for the Queens. Avery Dockery, her 1-2 pitch. She struck her out. The Queens, who trailed 7-0, come back to win this one in extras. 10-9 the final. Dockery holds on. A brilliant 3-hour-plus game. And the Queens move on to the quarterfinals. What a showing of resiliency by the DeSoto Queens. And for the Circus, they scored 9, but it was not enough. They loaded the bases in the 8th. Needed just 1 run to extend it, but they couldn't bring them home. What a finish here in Bradenton. A scorching hot day and a long, grimy game and another hard-fought win for the Queens. They will face the 4-seeded Queens tomorrow at 9:30. For the Circus, their season comes to an end. A season that they started 0-6, turned it into a 8-8 record in the regular season, but their postseason is one and done in the second round. 10-9, the final. Queens advance. That does it from our coverage here at Paul Masola. What a day. I'm Lance Williams, signing off.